So which is the type of pickup which sounds right for you? Let's have a look. What's up guys and welcome back to TUGGtv. On this week's episode, we're going to focus on the major type of pickups which are actually available on the market. Now this video is not exactly going to be a review of the pickups, but more about a general understanding of what makes these pickups and how exactly they sound like. Now, if you're somebody who's just interested into the sound samples and not about the small discussion what we're going to have about these pickups, you can always head down to this timestamp or use the link down below and that'll lead you exactly to the sound samples. So for all the guys who've stuck around for this portion of the video, let's talk about, what exactly are these pickups and, a bit of history about each of them. Starting things off with the single coil pickups, well, these are one of the most earliest pickups that were available for the electric guitars. Now coming to the construction of these pickups, well, they actually use pole pieces which is wrapped around by the copper wiring and then magnets down below. When it comes to the tone of these pickups, well, they're usually kind of bright but not very high output when you think about it. Because of the way that it's actually constructed, it is very prone to the 60 cycle hum that we all know about. But for a lot of us, it's kind of a trade-off to get that classic sound. Switching gears to the P90, well, these are some of the most versatile pickups which are out there. Well, we already have a video out on seeing how dynamic these pickups are and which all genres they can pull off. So yeah, you can check out the video somewhere here or use the link in the descriptions as well. Coming to the pickups themselves, well, they were a logical progression from the single coils which are available at the time. Rather than pole pieces, the P90s actually go with screws. And also they wound a lot more to give you a much more hotter output. Now, because of the whole overwound situation, the P90s are not the most well-behaved pickups in the market. A lot of the people who kind of start off their journey with P90s think it's a bit uncontrollable when it comes to, say, either the static sound or the 60 cycle hum or even the output for that matter. Now with that said, if you actually tweak around with the EQs and controls a bit, well, you actually end up with a really good pickup. Because of the unique tone that the P90s actually give, it's a lot loved by, say, people who are into hard rock, punk rock, and, well, a few metal guys as well. Moving on to the favorite of all metalheads, the humbucker. As the name suggests, the humbucker was crucial because it kind of eliminated the 60 cycle hum which was there in both the P90s and the single coils. And coming to the actual construction itself, well, there are a variety of things which actually go into it. Most of your humbuckers actually use a row of screws and a row of pole pieces. And well, depending on the way that the copper coil is wound around these things, you can go anywhere from a very mild output to an ultra hot output. Now coming to the actual tone that is given by these humbuckers, it kind of feels filled and, well, there is that thickness which is actually there in the tone. So that was a small introduction about each of the types of pickups and, well, how exactly they're constructed. If you guys want to know more about the construction and what goes into each of these pickups, well, let us know in the comments down below and we'll make a much more detailed entry. Now going into the sound samples, let me just reiterate, this is not a review of the pickups or the guitar or even the player for that matter. Since there are too many variables that are different among these guitars, well, consider this an overview of the type of tone that each of these pickups give you. With that said, well, it's the same patch which is actually used across all three guitars, and I've tried my best to normalize the input volume which is actually going into each of these as well. So I'll stop rambling for now and let you guys focus on what the pickups actually sound like. And with that, I hope we were able to give you guys a fair understanding about how each of these pickups sound. Another thing that we need to discuss about is about the new variants of pickups which are actually been there in the market from the past few years. May it be the rail pickups, the mini humbucker, the combination of these two active pickups, and the list just goes on. And when you think about it, most of them are actually derived from the blueprints of these three pickups. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. If you're somebody who's new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Now, along with a variety of experiments like the one you just saw, we also concentrate on original music, making funny stuff, and quite a mixed bag of videos when you think about it. This is TUGGtv signing off, and as always, stay safe and stay metal.